I hate this season. The absolute curse season continues. More bad news. Heartbreaking news. Truly heartbreaking news. I was out driving when I saw the notification come through on my phone and I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh no, not now. Not this season. Not like this. Kevin De Bruyne is leaving Manchester City Football Club after the best part of 10 years in a blue shirt, and I'm absolutely devastated. I truly am. I don't think I can put it into words just how much I adore Kevin De Bruyne. He's my favourite probably ever footballer, full stop. I don't think there's ever been a footballer that has wowed me just quite as much as him. Maybe Messi's better, I don't know. But no one has been more my favourite than Kevin De Bruyne. A truly remarkable, insanely gifted, insanely talented player that somehow I think is even underrated. Probably just Premier League fans being Premier League fans, but I think Kevin De Bruyne is one of one. I think he's the greatest ever Premier League player. I think the only person that can hold the candle to him is probably Thierry Henry, but even then I would choose De Bruyne. The remarkable consistency over a decade, a chance creation machine, an absurd ability, be it left foot or right foot. The vision, I've never seen anyone pass as good as Kevin De Bruyne. That is something that I will take to the bank. Maybe Messi's creativity gets close, but other than that, I've never seen a single footballer come even a tiny bit close to the vision and the brilliance that Kevin De Bruyne has with either foot in terms of vision and passing. Kevin De Bruyne never crossed the ball. He passed it from afar and it landed on a player's foot or head and went in the back of the net. I think I can't overplay enough just how talented he is. I think he's as good as Iniesta, Xavi, Zinedine Zidane. I think he's better than Zidane personally, and that might sound like hyperbole, but I watched Zidane a lot growing up and he never had the impact on a game consistently in the way that De Bruyne did. I'm sorry, he just didn't. In terms of chance creation, no one comes close to De Bruyne. He is freakishly talented. Maybe Messi is the only thing I will say there. Maybe Ronaldo. But they're the only people that I would unequivocally put above him that I watched in my lifetime. I truly don't believe there's anyone as good at creating as him. Look at all the stats in his career. No one has created chances at the level of Kevin De Bruyne since he existed as a footballer. No one has done. He's an absolute freak. The amount of times we watched City play world-class teams and there was world-class players in every position and Kevin De Bruyne was still the best player on the pitch. A phenomenon. An insane engine. Aggressive. A leader. No, I think Zidane isn't as good as De Bruyne. I really believe that. Zidane had down spells, and Zidane wasn't a great chance creator. He wasn't a naturally great goal scorer, and he did other things, of course, as well. But in terms of pure influence in the game and an ability as an attacking midfielder, which Zidane was, De Bruyne, he doesn't even touch him. He doesn't lay a hand on him. I really believe that. Zidane more aesthetically pleasing and remarkably gifted, but in terms of just creating chances, his vision is just absurd. Like insane. The passes that he plays, but honestly, absolutely ridiculous. Is this the right time to go? I don't know, man. I don't know. And it is hard to take. It absolutely is. Because this guy is... Look, where's the statue going to be? When's it going to be? He deserves the biggest statue. For me, he is our greatest ever. I know your mileage may vary, but I don't think we've ever had a footballer that's been better than Kevin De Bruyne. I truly believe that. I think he does things with the ball that others just can't. I think Aguero had the majesty. I think Yaya Toure did. David Silva, you could argue as well. But I think for now... this is, the best we've ever seen. I truly believe that. I'll go over to his statement right now. I'll bring it up on screen. Yeah, there's Kev there, where he says, "Dear Manchester, seeing this, you probably realise where this is heading, so I'll get straight to it and let you all know that these will be my final months as a Manchester City player. Nothing about this is easy to write, but as football players, we all know this day eventually comes. That day is here, and you deserve to hear it from me first. Football led to me to all of you and to this city. Chasing my dream, not knowing this period would change my life. This city, this club, these people gave me everything. I had no choice but to give everything back, and guess what? We won everything too. We didn't say that. Whether we like it or not, it's time to say goodbye. Suri, Rome, Mason, Michelle, and I are beyond grateful for what this place has meant to our family. Manchester will forever be on our kids' passports, and more importantly, in each of our hearts. This will always be our home. We cannot thank this city, club, staff, teammates, friends and family enough for this 10-year ride. Every story comes to an end. This has definitely been the best chapter. Let's enjoy these last moments together. Much love, KDB." Kev, mate, insane. Like... What he's achieved at Manchester City Football Club, and I'm going to go over to his Wikipedia page. I'm going to go to Manchester City actually because I think they've probably done their own thing as well. ManCity.com. I'll go over here. It says De Bruyne to bring down 10-year curtain on 10-year illustrious 10-year career. It says City will bid an emotional farewell to De Bruyne this summer when his contract expires, bringing an end to a glittering 10-year period at the club. 413 games for City. He scored 106 times, making him the first City midfielder since Colin Bell to reach a century of goals. Won a remarkable 19 major honours with City, including 6 Premier League titles, 2 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, 1 UEFA Champions League, 1 FIFA Club World Cup, 1 UEFA Super Cup, and 3 Community Shields. He announced the news today on his personal Instagram. The club and all our fans will now take the time to deliver a fitting tribute and farewell to one of the greatest players to ever play in the Premier League. Look, I'm sure he'll get the biggest of send-offs. I cannot wait to see the reception that he's got. The only good thing is that he's leaving with the he's going to leave with the tribute that he deserves. He's phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, there is no one that comes close to De Bruyne, in my humble opinion. And I just feel honoured that I got to witness him in a City shirt. The amount of times I would gasp out loud at just how good he is. I honestly think we don't realise how good. Go and watch videos back of Kevin De Bruyne, and you'll see how he's on another level. Like, truly a cheat code. We talk about people like Van Dijk and Salah for Arsenal, or, over the years, Ozil, or people like Giggs and Scholes and Beckham. He's better than all of them. He just is. No one has created chances at level he has. No one has scored absurd goal after absurd goal with either foot. The best ball striker I've ever seen. I have never seen anyone in the history of football strike a ball better than Kevin De Bruyne. The technique is remarkable. The way the ball leaves his foot, like Thor swung his hammer personally at that ball, is just unreal. Absolutely unreal. Right, and do I think it's the right time to go? Yes and no. I mean, if it's this season or next season, I think we all would agree that it's very close. I haven't mentioned it yet, Michael. I haven't mentioned it yet. I wasn't going to mention it because I didn't think it was about me, but Michael raised a good point there. Kev does follow me. I have met Kev. I know he knows who I am. There we go. So Kevin De Bruyne, look, I feel like this might sound mental, but I feel like me and Kev could be friends in another life. I chatted to Kev on the pitch once after Gundogan scored that goal and we won 3-2 against Aston Villa. He had his little son Mason with him, and here's my anecdote. I went up to him and went, "Oh, can I get a picture, Kev?" And he went, "Oh, hiya, you're right." And he let on to me in the way that you could tell he knew who I was, and I know he knows who I was because he used to watch Blooming Rising. That's a true story because my good friend Paul Walsh, who was on Blooming Rising with me, he works in Manchester City as a producer, and he was doing some filming with De Bruyne. De Bruyne, this is many years ago when we were in Miami. De Bruyne brought up Blooming Rising because he said, "You used to do the fan channel stuff, didn't you?" And he's like, "Yeah, I did." And Paul said, "Do you remember my friend with Stephen?" He went, "Is he the guy with the curly hair?" I went, "Yep." So he knew I was. That was many years ago. And I knew he looked at my Twitter because he retweeted something that I did once or replied to someone. And I was tagged into it, meaning he'd been on my Twitter timeline. So I know that my favourite ever player knows who I am. And he started following me recently as well, which is honestly, it's a massive honour. And when I chatted to him on the pitch, I could tell he knew who I was. I got chatting to him, asked for a photo, and I realised he had his son in his arms. I went, "Oh, don't worry, mate, you got your son there." He went, "No, I don't care." And I got a photo. I want to try and find the photo because it's really funny. But the photo of me and Kev, of his little son staring at the camera too. I'll see if we can find it. It was adorable. His little son there smiling at me, and I made a joke about. I made a joke about the performance initially because here's the picture. There we go. I found the photo. There's me, Kev, and his little beautiful son. He looks a lot like my son Ruben, for what it's worth, actually. So that was after that was obviously at half time where we were 2-0 down or whatever, and I said, "Oh, I've got a son coming. I've got a little boy in the way too soon." And Kev turned around and said to me, he went, "Oh, mate, he said it's going to be tough." He had me out of bed at 5 a.m. This guy, he was on the title race day, and I was thinking, don't say it. Obviously, he'd had a bad first half, and I went, "Yeah, you could tell, to be fair, mate." Thankfully, he laughed, and I went, "Second half was a bit better, though. Thanks, Kev." And he had a sense of humour about it. Obviously, the rest was history there. He got the assist for De Bruyne, for Gundogan, but as we won the league. But, top bloke, dry sense of humour, very smart, very likeable, intelligent, and if people say he's quite blunt and all that kind of stuff, I think he's just honest and I think he's smart. I love the fact that my favourite ever player follows me on Twitter. I love that. I love that he's aware of who I am. Cheers, Kev. That to me means a lot. Obviously, he's not my favourite ever player for that reason. I think he's just genuinely the best to ever done it. And yeah, I cannot wait to see what they do. You know, the statue is going to be immense. Obviously, they'll do a statue. You know, it'll be something special. Guardiola is talking about De Bruyne. Guardiola said this. Here that's what to say. He said, "A sad day and a happy day for the fact that the pleasure. Personally, we lived this time with him. What he gave to us, his humanity. It's not necessary to tell his success was the last decade. Possible to imagine without him. A sad day because a part of us is leaving. When Vincent or Sergio or David left, their contribution, I can say more names, but these 3 are examples. It's a sad day, but we still have 10 games and hopefully 11, 6 games at home that we still can enjoy with our fans, and he will get, I'm pretty sure, the love, recognition that all of us and fans, of course, he deserves. One of the greatest midfielders that ever played in this country, and I think with Man City, there's no doubt. Greatest or not the greatest, always you have to be careful. Players that played at Main Road, incredible players in the last 20, 30 years in this club. But come on, there's no doubt he's one of the greatest for sure because of consistency in important games, not important games, but being there every 3 days all the time. That is no doubt. Yeah, in my opinion, he is the greatest. I don't think anyone comes close to him. I think he is. I think he's our best, and I think he's phenomenal. And I adore the man. I absolutely do, and I can't wait to see what City achieve with, you know, when we move on without him. You know, but I can't wait to see the celebration that we give him, because he deserves his name up in lights. He deserves the biggest send-off. Kev, if you're somehow watching this, mate, thanks for the follow. Thanks for 10 years of football. If you ever fancy one day doing a little video on my channel, it would be more than appreciated, because you're great. And I can't wait to see what happens for you. Go to the MLS, man. Go to the MLS and rip up that league. Go and play with Messi at the MLS and have a great time. Messi and De Bruyne deserve to be on the same time. Make it happen. Get in touch with him to Miami and play with Messi. I want to see Messi and De Bruyne in the same side. That's all I want to say. Thanks, Brian. Brian Stevens, Kev, is his pseudonym. Of course, do a video on your channel. Cheers, Brian. Have you been hiding with your pseudonym all these years? I do wonder sometimes if he watches. I know he watches, so I do wonder if he's hiding. You know, he watches Twitch and all that, so why doesn't he? But yeah, go to America and Brian, drop me an email, mate. He bleeds blue. He's an absolute City legend, and I love that his kids will have Manc accents as well. He's pot one of us. I think he's ace. I think he's everything you want in a footballer. I don't have much more to say. I'll do more videos on it. I'll do loads more content, and I'll talk with other fans and stuff like that as well. For now, I've got to go look after my son who's asleep as well. Nico's got to go back to work. She came back just so I could do this video for you guys. Kev, you're the best. You're the best there ever is, man. I love you. I genuinely do. As much as I can love a football, you know, without being family. Yeah, the greatest ever. So much joy. And ultimately, I've got to thank people who give us that much joy with that much class and elegance, while also being that impressive to watch, you know. So fun. Kev, drop me a message, mate. It'd be an honour. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you very much.